Hello everyone, we're back from the FanStands with another video. In this video we're going to be talking about the fourth position that is being really contested upon right now. Although now due
There's
to
light
the
at the end of the tunnel.
yeah
There is a
especially
lot.
although the fifth
A lot of
position
light.
has opened up for its value as well, especially after the ban for City, potential ban for City. But still, if that doesn't go through, the fourth position is still up for grabs for
Yes.
three to or 4 teams.
Why not? You want to finish fourth. You don't want other rival fans to say, "Oh,
You
you
got it
qualified by
because
from
of us.
fifth because of City's ban."
Yeah.
Why not finish fourth? I mean, there are a lot of financials involved as well. I
Yes.
mean, the higher you finish, the more revenue
Funds you get, yes.
funds and revenues you get.
But
from.
at the moment, I feel both the positions, fourth and fifth, both of them are open enough.
Both are open,
Pretty
but
tight.
but then the situation right now. I think I think it is a very good opportunity for United to get fourth right now, coming with a win against Chelsea, and Chelsea's been struggling regardless they're playing at home or away.
Yeah.
And Spurs have been hit by a double blow right now because they've, their best were for me. I mean, we've discussed him in the last video as well.
6
Heung-min
months,
Son
yeah.
is out for the is out for the rest of the season now. So I don't know where the attack is going to come, where the goals will come from for Tottenham now.
Or for Chelsea.
Yeah, even for Chelsea, I mean, we saw Batshuayi against
Dele
United.
Ali isn't really performing.
Dele
at the
Ali isn't
moment.
performing, and yesterday in the Champions League, when he got subbed, he was very annoyed.
Angry, yeah.
And he threw a bottle, and Mourinho claims that he was angry because of his own performances.
Yeah.
That is why he was taken off. But the media, obviously, they have to be very mischievous. They think he was
Media is
annoyed,
media.
annoyed at Mourinho.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Chelsea United match first.
Yeah.
So Manchester United won against
As in,
Chelsea.
honestly speaking,
United,
other
you,
than-
you wanted to lose, I wanted United to win, and
I didn't want them to lose. I was predicting a
You
very.
thought
I was
so
being
did,
conservative in terms of
it was going to be an
predictions.
open game.
Very
But
conservative.
when I was positive about it, no. But technically, even as a United fan, as much of a hurt this may cause me, Chelsea for the longest time in the first half at least, the whole of the first half was the better team as compared to United. But I'd rather want you guys to start with United this time around. Why so? Because I'd want a third party insight over this because I'd like to counter it rather than initiate it.
Well, I think Dan,
Yeah.
to be honest, Chelsea, most of the match, Chelsea were the side who seemed like could have won it. Then
By
again,
most of it, you're talking about the first half, right?
yeah, first half, and even in the second half, I mean, you could see that Chelsea, will come all guns blazing, try to get an equalizer, try to somehow use home advantage and win this match.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then,
Or at least draw it right at the
at
end.
least draw or get something. But then like you said before, United were clinical, and that is what matters in football. It doesn't matter, whatever you do, stats or stats, as long as you get 3 points. Yes, when we reanalyze, we reassess the game, then yes, we have some boxes we like to take. Oh, this wasn't right, that wasn't right. The team didn't do well because that is also important because you want to improve in every match. But then again, more importantly, 3 points for Oli and his side going
Yeah.
away to Chelsea.
Agreed.
But then again, a lot of alarm bells being raised for Frank Lampard at this point in time. I mean, failed to get any players in this transfer window, starting with Michy Batshuayi, who missed sitters. I mean, Chelsea could have scored 3 goals.
Chelsea could have been 4-0 up
Could have been
in the first half, as
4-0,
in
3-0 up.
I was actually astounded by the fact that they didn't convert any of their chances, and chances as in leave chances, they didn't even register any kind of shots on targets either.
Yeah.
As in the whole game, they only had one shot on target.
Yeah.
That was equal to what Odion Agalo.
Yeah, Odion Agalo did and he scored.
Right at the end.
No, he didn't
No,
score.
sorry, he didn't score, but
Odion Agalo scored. Wow.
I mixed a few
But-
I mixed a few persons. But what I wanted to say was, like, if you talk about a few weeks ago between Tottenham and City, Bergwijn just had one shot on goal, one shot on target, and it was Tottenham's goal.
Yes, as in
So
Only
Tottenham
two
had
shots,
two
Tottenham
shots,
only two
two
shots.
shots, 2 goals, and Tottenham won it. So
As in we're going to come
be
to
clinical.
100%,
Need-
and
need to be
other than that, it was a mix of both controversies and a bit
some
of
refereeing
food,
decisions as
no,
well.
but also food for thought as well. As in, let's first talk about the food for thought that I'm talking about. When I say food for thought, What I really mean is that, if you look at the match, United hasn't properly scored in a game, with headers. And that's primarily something that I've been ranting about all season, and that was primarily why I was, pretty excited about. In fact, I had a discussion with you guys over this as well. I was pretty excited about Odion Nagalo, somebody like Odion Nagalo coming in because he's more of a poacher. And by poaching, I particularly mean, tap-ins, headers, and we weren't putting all
then
of those
again,
in.
since you like to counter, you're in a counter mode today. I mean, do you have players who can cross the ball
Yeah, so
in for Odin?
there's where Bruno Fernandes comes in because he gives that quality,
Exactly.
that ball quality.
Bruno Fernandes gives that. You've got one player who just came back from injury,
Van Bissaka
Diego
gave a-
Dalot. Van Bissaka
had
actually
a very
played
good-
really good. So if you look at Van Bissaka is very different from a defender who's probably 27 or 28 because he's at a very young age and he's developing every day, But my point is, as in the point that I was trying to get to was the fact that, what were the header goals and the conversions of those goals possible because United has possibly improved, or was it because of Chelsea's defense?
I think
I think it was a
particularly
combination
pathetic?
of both.
I think combination of both, but more towards Chelsea's defense. Because
Okay.
This is how they have been recently. I mean,
Okay.
since that December January period. I mean, if you Hassan take an example of Newcastle versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole game
Newcastle had one shot on target
and they couldn't
and-
defend a header. I mean,
Hmm.
the defense has been weak, but then again, I won't take credit away from Manchester United. They've got the job done. I mean, Harry Maguire, apart from that controversy that he wasn't sent off. I mean, he's been rock solid in the heart of defense.
Then
And
I
by-
love Maguire, but
and by performed really
that
well.
was a clear red card. As in, I don't know why he didn't get the
I think
red card, and I'm glad he didn't. But my point is, that there's one player that people usually forget to mention when they talk about, probably even Maguire getting a header, And that one player that I'd love to mention and call out would be Eric Bailly. Because if you look at the whole game, Eric Bailly was one of those bold players who were actually taking that risk. Even in the final third, during crosses and obviously during free kicks, what he was doing was he was trying to protect Maguire from being marked. And that is particularly what led to Maguire's goal at the end as well.
Yeah, and I'll add to the fact that they just came back from training from Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe over there Bruno coming in before Fred used to take all the free kicks and everything. And Bruno does bring in more dead ball.
Definitely,
Dead ball
he's-
skills,
he's-
and they must have practiced more and
I think
got the results.
Bruno's the reason why United fans can now see life after Paul Pogba as well, considering the recent wake of events as well.
Yeah.
But what about, I know I'm changing the topic drastically right now, but last week news of Pochettino wanting to take that United job. I mean, it's rumors.
As
now,
in, see, what I'd say is, okay, Pochettino sitting there on the sidelines. I personally wouldn't want Ole to be changed
but right now, I mean, just
As in,
when
not
United
right
is
now,
improving.
not at the end of the season, not until his contract runs out. To be very frank, that's my view though. Anyone could possibly differ with it, but my point is that you're talking about Manchester United. Manchester United just ended their January transfer window, and they're already linked to possibly a plethora of various different
So, yeah,
players
these
already.
rumors come in.
So even so that I saw an article in the Sun, and Sun being such a popular publication, talking about Allegri having confirmed his presence and Allegri wanting the seat at United. So my point is that they're definitely gonna go to and fro about this fact. Until the time Pochettino is available, the rumors will stay alive. But my point is, as in, does United need another directional change at the moment, or even at the end of the
I really don't think so.
window?
And I also feel that's United has been improving, especially the games that they have lost. If you look at them, it's been when they've played midweek and other cup ties and they've been tired, and after that they performed really bad. But once they've been rested and been focused, they've performed really well and turned out a very good
But
result.
do you think that can be the case when they face Watford, because they have a match against Bruges, Club Bruges in from Belgium in the Europa
I feel
League?
like today, if you look at the match against Bruges, Ole is pretty bold about this. He's definitely going to play the younger lot. Yes, there are going to be other players as well. So, for example, Harry Maguire is going to be in there. I see Odion Igalo possibly starting this match ahead of Martial. I could be wrong. I see Greenwood starting this match. I see younger players starting this match rather than the main players actually starting again and again. See, Bruno at the moment does need time to understand his teammates, so he definitely has to put an extra shift in. And I feel like with a player like Bruno, and obviously with McTominay being very close to a return in the first team,
Yeah, there are news that he might play, get some minutes tonight against
Yeah,
Bruges.
he
he
just
might
might, he
he
just
might
might.
be
So my,
subbed.
that's all the more reason why he should make Bruno Fernandes put an extra shift in, because plus you've got Pereira, you've got and you're talking about Club Bruges. No offense to the club, but it's not like we're up against Real Madrid or some really big team, obviously.
So, changing the topic a bit, and taking a cue from you that United's been linked to a lot of players already. So a big player, a good talent that United's been linked to is being Jack Grealish.
I would love Jack Grealish to land in Manchester, and definitely the red side of Manchester,
So
definitely.
yeah, and he played really well against Tottenham. Although
100%.
Aston Villa ended up on the losing side,
Hmm.
but right at the end, Tottenham came back and
I feel like there are a couple of
ditched
players
him.
that I would love to really see, grow, beyond the ranks. I feel Ruben Neves, I see Jimenez, I see,
Yes, good players.
Cantwell, I see, Grealish. These are players who are probably playing in very, small brand clubs. And I feel like, it's just a matter of time that, they're going to grow through the ranks and they're going to go into big clubs. And Jack Grealish, if he comes to United,
Hmm.
I'd be the happiest person
De-
there.
So
de-
coming into the match,
Definitely. You're talking about Spurs match, right?
yeah.
I mean, yes. From first of all, from where Diane left off, I mean, exciting times from English football.
Yes, a
We
lot of
have
good talents are
good
coming
young
in.
talents coming in, and if I was
Yes.
Southgate, I'd be really confused, because you have another name linked to United who doesn't play in England, and that is Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho, yeah.
And he is an exceptional bowler. I mean, the performances he put against Paris in the Champions League, and linking up very well with Erling Haaland against the likes of Di Maria, Neymar, Mbappe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll come to that later on. But Spurs, the problem is, son, yes, they won it right at the end, and there was a player who scored 2 goals for them. That is Heung-min Son, who will not be part of their campaign anymore for the rest of the season due
Yeah.
to
Shoulder
a shoulder
injury.
injury, and he required surgery. It's going to be very tough for Mourinho. They lost to RB Leipzig yesterday at their home, and the way Leipzig was playing was as if Leipzig was at home and Spurs were the away side. Leipzig could have killed this guy in the first leg if Werner had taken hold of his chances. Excellent striker. I mean, 30 matches, he scored 25 odd goals this
Oh,
season in the Bundesliga
goal
and the
machine.
Champions League. He's a goal machine.
And he's been really heavily linked with Liverpool.
He is, and he was asked about this after the
And
post
he
match.
called himself a Liverpool fan, and Fabrizio Romano
I don't
published
know.
that on Twitter. He tweeted about it. So.
I don't
Yes,
think
no, not
Fabrizio Romano is
interestingly.
not the best
And,
name.
and the best thing about Mohsen is that he's always sort of conservative in terms
No,
of
no, I'm not
Liverpool.
conservative, because I was coming to his answer that he said that he's happy to be linked with the club. The problem is, Dan, right now is I'll come to Liverpool later on, so I'll leave that for the next video. I'll tell you what the
Yeah.
problem is with his
Okay.
transfer, okay?
Okay.
But he played exceptionally well, and Mourinho was really annoyed before the match as well, because he was constantly being asked at Julian Nagelsmann. By the way, you guys have to keep an eye for him. He's a very young coach.
Yeah.
He's only 32. He became a manager for Hoffenheim
Yes.
in his 20s because of an injury. For an injury, he could not play football anymore, and he loves the game so much, he wants to be part of it. And he became a manager instead. So he was linked with the Tottenham role before
Mourinho did.
came in, okay? And Mourinho was asked that you have to prove yourself that you're the right man for the job, and he got annoyed and he walked out that, in his last 20 years he's won 25 odd trophies, and how dare a journalist can ask him such a question. And after the match, he said that he felt like a guy with a gun but had no bullets. So he's lacking firepower now. That is why I believe United has a very good chance to get that fourth spot with Chelsea and Spurs, who I feel are going to struggle for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so next week Chelsea and Tottenham are going to face each other at Stamford Bridge. So
this is a good chance for Chelsea to
Yeah.
get a double. I mean, no better chance.
Come up from the slump as well.
Yeah, coming from
and
slump, and he started
winning
playing-
against Mourinho as well.
Yeah, and starting to play Giroud again. That was good. I mean, he's someone who can utilize the crosses from Reece James. I mean, Batshuayi is out of the question now. Should not be playing.
Bad choice, no offense.
No offense, but I mean,
तुमसे ना होगा.
I was about to say the same.
He's not. I mean, it's not good enough. And Hassan, when you saw him a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
he just came on a sub for 5 odd minutes, and you said he's not good enough. That
not
was a
good
very good
enough.
call. Very good
He was
call.
just standing there and he missed his chance. That
Sometimes you should look to become a scout.
Yeah, I should.
So,
Next week's match is has really good has really big implications, because if somehow Tottenham win and score and win, then Tottenham goes into fourth.
Yeah.
If they draw and United win, then I believe United goes into fourth.
interesting times.
And
I mean,
if Chelsea wins, Chelsea stays in fourth.
interesting times. I mean, that battle for the fourth becomes very interesting.
Yeah,
As in
although
any case-
Sheffield and all the others are in there as
But-
well.
but-
In any case, United, all you have to do is win the next game.
You keep on winning.
Against
I think.
Watford.
For all three of these clubs,
Yeah,
keep on
but
winning.
Nigel Pearson can surprise you.
100%. But if they win the next game,
Yeah, I mean,
they
it's
can
simple.
possibly go to fifth or fourth.
I mean, it's simple, Hassan. All these three teams have to win. But right now, United, the reason why I'm saying, because, they've brought in reinforcements. They made 2 good transfers, okay?
Yes.
The other 2, Chelsea and Spurs, have surprisingly not made any acquisitions. Yes, Spurs, they sold a very important player like Eriksen, who was
Yeah.
there for the past 5-6 years.
Yeah.
You sold him
And he
off.
was a game maker.
Yeah, game maker. Yes, you have Gerson Fernandez and you've bought in Bergwijn, but they need time and they're not going to set
The world on fire.
on fire. So now they need someone, at least a striker, to fill in, and they have to do it with an academy player or young players now.
And when Harry Kane got injured, it was expected that they'll buy a striker, but they relied on
But they
Son.
didn't.
But they relied on Son, and Son got injured
He's out
now.
now. It's up to Mora and Ali to try and steer the ship from danger. But
Or get
Seems
some
very
players,
unlikely.
or get some players from the academy somehow.
yeah, but Hassan, academy players, very tough ask on them. You don't want your young players to be exposed
Yeah.
on such a pressurizing, demanding situation.
Yeah, especially Champions League matches
Champions
coming.
League.
That's
up.
what United does.
I'd hate to be Mourinho right now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So, what do you expect the score lines to be for the Chelsea and United games?
For the Chelsea one, I'd go with Chelsea.
I'd go with Chelsea.
Because, it's Tottenham doesn't have the firepower
As
again.
well.
Yeah, but I
And,
feel Mourinho is going to park the bus and not lose at
I think
not
even
lose
if,
at Stamford.
even if Mourinho
He
parks
might
the
not
bus,
win.
okay,
He
let's
might not-
talk about Mourinho parking the bus. Point is, Mourinho does not have enough Mourinho type players
Yeah, but
in
Chelsea
that
doesn't
team.
have that strike power.
But Chelsea doesn't have that strike power. Chelsea has players like Willian. Chelsea has players like Pedro. Chelsea has other players as well.
Yeah.
Just by the way, Kante got injured right at the start of the United game as well. There were a lot of injuries for Chelsea as well. So my point is, you can't discount that. As
Yeah.
Chelsea as a holistic team, as in even if Giroud comes up and they start with Giroud, they definitely, as in Giroud gives them
Giroud
a lot
changed,
of...
He changed the landscape.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
yes,
did.
he was offside, but
Exactly.
that showed at least he got the ball.
And he got it
into the net.
into the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, that shows that he is an improvement, and I'm surprised someone like Reece James putting in those crosses. You need someone to be there who can at least.
I
Exactly.
think that was the
the ball
reason
can convert.
why I didn't let him go.
Yeah, I think, but you should play him.
But
It doesn't
he's
make
still
sense.
not playing, yeah.
It doesn't make sense if you're not going to play.
He's coming in for the last 20 minutes. That definitely doesn't
Very
make
true.
sense.
And the United game versus Watford. At home.
United versus Watford at home, I definitely feel like United's going to win this
Yeah, I
one because
do,
they've
me
got
too.
all the more reason to win it. I feel like United could win it 3-0 or
Same,
even...
2-0 United win.
2-0, and the first game,
Chelsea won. I think it's going to be Chelsea win. So I'm with Dan on both of these predictions.
I think it's going to be a draw at Chelsea
Could be,
and
could
a
be,
win
yeah.
at United, of course.
Okay. Why are both teams going to defend?
Let's hope it's an interesting match because I think someone like Lampard won't park the bus. He'll probably try and win this one.
Yeah, Lampard would try to win, but Mourinho would park the bus.
Mourinho doesn't want to lose against Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Against one of his favorite players he's worked with, Lampard.
Yes.
So I guess-
and at Stamford Bridge.
I think we should now end this video because this is the right time for us to end this video now. And do comment, and definitely do not forget to share our video and let us know of what you think. Make us learn from you as well. So comment and tell us what you think. If you have any questions, reach out to us. You can reach out to any of us. We're all normal individuals giving our opinions.
They are reaching out. I'll give credit. Sorry, I couldn't read a lot of questions again. I had to keep my phone on silent.
Yeah.
I know where they came from all of a sudden, but thank you so much, guys, and hope we've covered whatever queries you had. So we'd like to hear from you guys.
100%.
What are your predictions? What do you think? Who do you think will finish fourth?
100%. Even if you're in the mood of a banter, as in I'd love to get involved in it.
Love to.
As in
And
100%.
I'd love to see that.
But then expect Hassan to come hard on you.
Yeah, exactly.
After
Yeah.
banter.
So I guess that's about
I'm
it.
a very different person outside of the camera.
Oh, dangerous.
Okay. That sounds
Okay,
wrong.
guys. So
Okay.
thank you so much. Have a
Right.
nice day.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.